butterfly. The code, the brand, the lifestyle.
There is quantum entanglement. Okay. In other words, there is no distance, there's no space, and there's no time. All things are in the one. Same thing that Dr. Gabriel Oyibo was talking about. Right. There's only one thing. And all of us are operating on the circuitry that we call, listen carefully, the hydrogen atom. Once the hydrogen atom is activated within us, there is only the hydrogen atom. Everything else dovetails from that. So when you come back through the quantum entanglement, you come back to the oneness. And that's the oneness. Remember, the one, when it folded over on itself, created the hydrogen atom. The hydrogen atom is the one. And we talk about Neo, it's the hydrogen atom.
The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also because they're quantum entangled.
Mythology, there's a guy by the name of Rappaport. Remember that? Rappaport. It's 3 volumes. You get 3 volumes. You might try to work on getting these here, work at it. 3 volumes of the Legend of Israel. The Legend of Israel by Rappaport. Rappaport is his last name. Volume 1, 2, and 3. But when you look at this and stuff, this is mythology, and once you take it out of the historical shit and try to tap into the esoteric part, the gates open up. But in there they talk about Solomon. Solomon traps all these demons in his ring, his signet ring. Those demons that he trapped, or these beasts that he trapped, are the signs of the fucking zodiac.
Electromagnetic. I am that I am that I am that I am that I am. What we working with? Yo, darkness around me, channeling that darkness inside. Focused, asking things that I will see. All real niggas divine is the mind, yeah. All real niggas divine is the mind, and we manifesting darkness around me, channeling that darkness inside.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me help you articulate it.
Yes, sir.
The anxiety that you feel is the download.
Woo. Woo.
Stop when it happens, and know that you're getting information. Something is coming for you. You've opened up that chakra. Do not feel any, and don't put a name on it.
Okay.
Because that's what doctors.
I like that.
Doctors put names on stuff so that they can prescribe a drug. You don't want to do that.
David, I gotta show you something before you leave. I hope y'all can see this. I only had one question I want to ask Doc tonight from me personally. What does that say on the screen?
What would you say is the spiritual meaning of anxiety?
That's the I only had one question. I said I'm gonna ask Doc one question, then I'm gonna pass it to the people. I didn't get a chance to ask it yet, but you tapped into that field or something and you asked it. So this shit.
And that's so funny because I really had like 2 other questions that I wanted to ask. But that someone was like, no, because I already had that question, and I was like, "Well, ask about this," because I know Doc is super knowledgeable, and even you, Brother Rich, just because you definitely overcame stuff as well, so you would have an opinion about it. So that it just dropped in, and I was like, "Ha, I'm gonna ask the anxiety question."
What's that? That's quantum entanglement, Doc? Is that what that is?
Well, what happens here is quantum entanglement.
Okay.
In other words, there is no distance, there's no space, and there's no time. All things are in the one. Same thing that Dr. Gabriel Oyibo was talking about.
Right.
There's only one thing. And all of us are operating on the circuitry that we call, listen carefully, the hydrogen atom. Once the hydrogen atom is activated within us, there is only the hydrogen atom. Everything else dovetails from that. So when you come back through the quantum entanglement, you come back to the oneness. And that's the oneness. Remember, the one, when it folded over on itself, created the hydrogen atom. The hydrogen atom is the one. And you talk about Neo, it's the hydrogen atom.
Hydrogen atom.
Wow.
Thank
Can you explain quantum entanglement communications?
Yes, I don't think most people understand what I'm about to say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
So Bobby just point out that to neutralize the ego is a great thing to achieve. But how you neutralize it? You come into the heart, you get into the neutral point, you get into the Christ, you get into the Joseph point, you get into the Virgo point. You get into the heart, you neutralize it. Why? Because the masculine and the feminine becomes neutral in the heart. And remember, the videos before this, Bobby already showcased and gave scholarship already to prove that there's no such thing as the so-called masculine. It's just the feminine in different poles, right? So we understand that really and truly we have to come to a holistic understanding of ourselves. We have to holistically understand that we are divinity. Remember, there's no freedom as the persona. There's freedom from persona. When you be into what you would rather experience. You're the neutral point. Get into the focus that navigates all of this so-called physical and mental distraction, separation from divinity. You're the neutral point. So all of the distractions that we call so-called family members, X, Y, and Z, Bobby say it, show you the reference, give you the information in scholarship as well, in this video and many other videos before it, where he shows that you gotta become the Christ, you gotta go to that green, you gotta tap in, give yourself them timer steps and realize that you are divinity right now and step into your power. Right now, you're all in all, and you're always. The separation from that is the illusion of separation. The separation from realizing and living in the present divinity that you are is the illusion of separation that causes all the so-called frustrations of the ego, because you want to live or you want to be or you want to operate from that focus point as the ego, and you don't realize that that's when you enslave or you encapsulate divinity, because the real freedom comes when you step beyond the perspectives of what others would have molded you into be. When you step beyond this persona, that thing that you write down on the paper that only exists there, that you need others to validate for it to exist, that name, that character that you built up over years. But when you step beyond that, that's when you free divinity. That's when you step into your power, because you realize that you are the object and the subject. You are the experience and the experiencer.
Some scientists believe that entanglement could be used to transmit information between people's brains. What is information, by the way? Information is the resolution of uncertainty based on what? Memory. And, so the reason I know what 72 degrees Fahrenheit means, that information, because I have a memory. Consciousness arises from the quantum interactions of neurons in the brain. So I don't agree with this theory. I think the mind is a quantum system, but those quantum interactions give rise to the activity of the brain, the other way around. And then there's something called the quantum annealing theory, annealing as in A-N-N-E-A-L-I-N-G. This theory states that the brain uses quantum annealing to solve problems. Quantum annealing is a process that uses quantum fluctuations to find the lowest energy state of a system. So I wouldn't say the brain is using that. The brain is what the mind looks like as an object. But the brain fundamentally is following the same laws of quantum mechanics. And so the quantum annealing is occurring in the brain and is occurring in the mind, but is reflected in the brain. And then there's another hypothesis that is now being talked about. It's the quantum consciousness hypothesis. This hypothesis states that consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe. Now we're getting there. And it is not limited to the brain. In fact, consciousness localizes in the brain through a phenomenon that Aldous Huxley called the reducing valve. when the infinite consciousness, like a beam, shines the spotlight in a particular location, and when it does that, then it seems that consciousness is emerging from where the spotlight is focused, in this case the brain or the body or an object. That is probably how it works, that quantum consciousness is the universal mind. Quantum consciousness is the universal mind, and if you want to actually modify that, you can say the quantum consciousness creates the universal mind. Okay, because mind is a modified form of consciousness, already conditioned, however it is conditioned. Okay.
After they left Kemet, these Egyptians, they didn't want to identify with pharaonic Egyptian or hieroglyphic Egyptian, so therefore they took world mythology and fastened it into history. So Solomon never existed. David never existed. You see what I'm saying? These are metaphysical terms. Solomon is Osiris. David is Horus. Jacob is the physical body, which is still a form of Osiris, called the jet pillar. Jacob's ladder, which is the Kabbalah. Abraham is the black sun. So Solomon, Jacob, Abraham, and David, all of those are part of the same physical body. Different aspects of your same physiological structure. Bethlehem is the soul. You see, Bethlehem is the soul. All of these are metaphysical terms that they historicalize, and you thinking they're real damn people. Because these group of black people, and later on they work against us because now they got a group of white people fronting to be the chosen people. These group of black people are Camites or Egyptians or northern Ethiopians, took the mythology that was in Greece, Rome, Babylonian, Mesopotamia, over in Persia, over in Kemet, over in Ethiopia, over in Yoruba land, in West Africa, in South Africa with Kulu, and everybody had the same in India. They took that particular thing and said, we're going to take the mythology and make it a historical people. And that way, by it becoming a historical people, we can say that we are the people of God. And so Paul and them did the same thing with the Jesus thing. We're going to take the mythology of the Christ, which is in all of us. I'm going to make it a historical man, and therefore they can throw people off, so they become the elite. You see what I'm saying? But even in the doggone book, they tell you that Egypt, they so-called hate Egypt, the Hebrews. But why the hell is if they hate Egypt, why the hell is Egypt, Mizrahim, a tribe of Israel? Right there alone tell you that we're talking about a mythology thing. So Solomon is basically the Osirian drama. You see, King Solomon, oh yeah, I am black and comely. You see what I'm saying? So Solomon and Osiris is one and the same. Osiris was taken, he was cut into different pieces and thrown over the Nile. Solomon was hit in the head and taken to a different land. Later on become Hiram of Bith out of Solomon's temple. All that's mythology. It has nothing to do with real people. It's all a part of your own soul being separated and scattered all over the earth, and you got to pick up the damn pieces. You see what I'm saying? Osiris was dismembered by Set and taken to a different land. Same as Solomon. A demon took him to a different land. You see what I'm saying? The ring of Solomon, or the circle, or the spear, is the spear of God. The ring of Solomon is the Kundalini energy, or the black dot inside of you. It's the ring of Solomon. It's a circle. And that particular circle has, that Solomon circle, or that ring of Solomon, is also the 12 signs of the damn zodiac. But the 12 signs of the zodiac is inside of you. That's 12 particular parts of consciousness that's inside of you. The 13th part of the consciousness is the dot inside of the circle. So if you take the circle, the ring of Solomon, and you've seen this, the spirit, you'll see the spirit and you'll see the dot. And if you take it and do it 12 times, you get the zodiac. You see what I'm saying? The dot in the circle is the centerpiece, which is the 13, which is Christ and the 12 disciples. You see, 12 seasons of the year, but those particular cycles are different archetypes of consciousness, archetypes of the collective unconsciousness. So you all the signs. Someone say, what sign are you? I said, well, I mastered that shit. I'm Gemini, I'm all that shit. Because I'm above the damn time. I'm right here in the motherfucking circle. And how do you get in this circle? Just realize there is a damn circle and you bypass the shit. It's all based on thought. You see what I'm saying? So they say, you know, you're Sagittarius. No, I say, I transcended that shit. I'm all that shit. I might feel any of these bastards in any given hour. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not schizophrenic no more. I'm right here in the circle. And that's the Christ. That's the ring of Solomon. So Solomon, in the Hebrew mythology, there's a guy by the name of Rappaport. Just remember that, Rappaport. Get these 3 volumes. You get 3 volumes. You might try to work on getting these. They are worth having. 3 volumes of the Legends of Israel. The Legend of Israel by Rappaport. Rappaport is his last name. Volume 1, 2, and 3. But when you look at this and stuff, this is mythology. And once you take it out of the historical shit and try to tap into the esoteric part, the gates open up. But in there they talk about Solomon. Solomon traps all these demons in his reign, his signet reign. Those demons that he trapped are these beasts that he trapped of the signs of the fucking zodiac.
The black dot, the center of the zodiac, is the Christ, aka sexual harmony, or the ring of Solomon, Bobby Hemmett. All is hydrogen. All is one, and you are all. There's Dr. Phil Valentine, right? You are quantum conscious awareness. That's Deepak Chopra. Divine quantum entangled particles are controlled via present divine awareness at its core. What's your focus? Who are you? Where are you? All is one. And number is the substance of all things. But the absence of number decodes all things. Number is the substance of all things. But the absence of number decodes all things. Healthy, wealthy always. 8th butterfly.
Moss ass, nigga. Now don't lie, I ain't gonna lie. I took 2 big ass teaspoons of sea moss today. Ain't nobody here shitting on that sea moss, boy. That shit make you feel like a nigga. And then I made a whole goddamn beat. You heard? I was like this. I made all that shit this morning, nigga, before you got here.